What's up, and welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and joining me tonight, we've got Rob.
Oh, hi everybody. Is this spooky and scary?
Ooh,
Ooh, I'm
spooky.
by a campfire. Ooh. Okay, I'm taking it off. I'm
This is
taking it off.
this is weird. And we've got, I think that's
I
Greg,
know,
but
right?
maybe he's the doctor. I don't know.
We've got me for a couple seconds before I pass out and die. But
You like
I
literally
think you
disappeared, Greg.
already
Where are
passed
you?
out.
Oh my god, it's crazy. You know who you look like, Greg? You look like one of the guys from ET. You're trying to like kidnap ET right now.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
That's who you
yes.
look like right
I
now.
need one of those like the handheld flashlights though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
All
Well,
right.
well done.
You
This
can
cosplay
you can reveal your
is.
face, Greg. You can breathe again now. Guy's been holding it for like 30 minutes over here and shit.
I
Oh
know.
fuck, it's Greg. Wow, shocker. All right.
I feel so bad. Before we started recording, he came fully dressed, and we're just shooting the shit. We're just
Yeah.
talking for like a half an hour, and
Yeah,
Greg's like
I'm
slowly
like
dying.
trying to get a pint of oxygen. You guys are like, so what about
Yeah.
hokum? I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
But what movie are we
well,
doing, Laura? Why are we doing this?
yeah, we're doing 2025's Marshmallow, which
Marshmallow. Mm-hmm.
I had never heard of this. This is like an indie sci-fi horror that just I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I
Never heard of it.
I saw a lot of people posting it on Instagram when it like dropped last year, and I think a lot of people are catching up with it this year. It just I think went to Tubi, which is where I watched it at. So maybe that's why people are starting to watch it more. And people are just saying like it's really interesting and different. And so I was like, oh, we definitely want to watch it. And then the premise alone is like kids, at a camp or whatever, and stuff goes down. And I'm like, oh, I'm interested in that. Like we just got done with Stranger
Yeah.
Things finale and stuff like that. And so like I'm always into like stories with like kids in like the wilderness, whether it's like the It movies we watched. So I definitely wanted to give it a try.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this movie has a pretty much unknown cast. I mean, I didn't really know anyone or recognize anyone. This movie was written by Andy Greskoviak and directed by Daniel Del Purgatoria.
Well, that's a crazy
And
last name.
I know, I
Purgatoria.
was like
Holy
saying it in my
shit.
head, like, oh, Purgatoria.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's definitely making some weird shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this movie, interesting. It was filmed in 2023, but then didn't come out until 2025. Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. Okay.
And they just announced in January that they're making a sequel.
Are they? Whoa.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Nice.
we'll get into the review and we'll get to the ending, and then I can see why I would be excited for that. Then, okay, all right, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Well,
I
let's just get in.
I gotta say one thing though. One thing for anybody watching this on YouTube, even if you're listening to this as the podcast feed, like later on, we usually do it like a week difference.
Yeah.
So that we're do heavy spoilers. We pretty much go through the whole movie. This is a movie that really relies on the twist and the reveal.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, I'm recommending you go watch the movie. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
It's free on Tubi. Go check it out. Come back and then like go with the movie with us, and we'll make jokes and this and that. But I just don't want to ruin the twist for anybody that hasn't seen it, because really you have to feel the twist, I think, to appreciate this movie. And if somebody spoils it for you, I don't know if you're gonna like really care at all about what this movie is. So
Oh,
I'm just
not at all.
telling people up front, like, I recommend go watch it. I'm saying that right now. Go watch it, go check it out, come back, watch us, listen to us maybe a little bit later. I just want to get that out of the front though right now.
Yeah. I agree. Stop listening. Go watch the movie. Come back to us later. We're not offended. And go in blind. Don't look anything up. Don't
Yeah.
even look up the plot of this movie. Just go in totally blind. And for those of you who don't actually like horror movies, I have good news. I don't feel like this movie is that scary. I think
Yeah,
anyone
no.
could watch this movie.
100%.
Even if you're a big scaredy cat, there's like no gore. There's some blood.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little bit of gore, but it's totally doable.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I agree.
I'm glad that you gave that disclaimer, Rob, because it's
There
so
you go.
true.
Yeah.
I would lump this into like a gateway. If you don't watch horror
Yes.
movies at all, and you're like borderline with thrillers, you like to get the random jump scare, but you hate like your conventional horror. This is a good one to to get the blood moving, and it's not like terribly gory at all. I think it'd be good for anybody.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Agree.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's jump into it now. Let's go.
All right. Now we're getting into it. Okay.
right.
So the movie begins with our main character. His name is Morgan. He's about 11. And the movie opens with him. Yep, there's Morgan. The movie opens with him having a nightmare. He's in his bed. It's soaking wet. It's like rain and water coming down from the ceiling. And it's almost like he's drowning in his bed. And then all of a sudden his stomach opens up and water is just like shooting out of his stomach or like chest cavity.
Yep.
So I mean, you know right away it's a nightmare. And that's how the movie opens. And so the next day he's like watching some neighbor kids play basketball, and you could tell he's just like kind of a shy, maybe kind of doesn't have a lot of friends. And so he goes up to the kids and like very awkwardly is like, "Oh, like can I play with you guys?" And these kids are just dicks. They're like, "Ha, no, we're leaving. Can't believe this kid thought he could play with us."
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like
And Morgan's grandpa,
like my worst fear of like watching my son like get up the courage to go like try to talk to some kids,
Right.
and they just like fucking face palm his ass and just like get out of here, nerd. And oh my god, that's fucking like my worst fucking nightmare and shit. I hate that crap.
Yeah.
I go beat the shit out of the kids. I would just
Yeah,
do
because
that.
you know that that
totally.
moment takes, I mean, every ounce of, courage and that you can. He probably was thinking about approaching these kids who were across the street for like a week. And then when he finally
Yeah.
does, they bail on him, call him names, and that's
Yeah.
just. I mean, I think like this whole part is just like you said, Laura, to set up the fact that like he's kind of a loner. I guess the family just moved into town, so they don't know anybody. So that's why he's just trying to make friends and kind of establish that no one knows him, and he's probably got self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. And so Morgan's grandpa lives with them and he kind of witnesses this whole thing. And you could tell he's just like, oh God, like, you could just tell right away that like Morgan and his grandpa are really close.
Oh, he's the most famous guy in this movie though. Is it what, Corbin Burnson? Right? Isn't that his name? Right? Isn't that Corbin Burnson from like the Major League movies? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you guys are,
Is it?
Isn't
We
it?
need- we
I
need
Look
don't
it up,
know.
Greg.
Just
Look it up.
before
Look
we-
it up. Look
before
it
we
up. Look it
go-
up. I know 100% for a fact he's from the Major League movies, the Cleveland Indian baseball
Oh,
movies.
yeah,
from
yeah,
back-
yeah, yeah. Yeah, Corbin Burnson.
Oh, look at that!
yeah.
Nailed it, man.
Dang. Yeah.
Wow, you guys fucking left
Okay.
me hanging and shit. Wow, you guys don't know your Corbin Burnson IMDb? Come on now.
I do
I guess not. I guess
No.
not.
Step up,
The only character I actually recognized was Morgan's mom. She was she had like a small role in the series Orange is the New Black, but I was like,
Oh,
eh.
okay. I had to look up because I thought maybe she was Valak because she had that fucking skinny nose.
Oh no, no.
I was like, is that the fucking Valak? I was like, holy
not
fuck.
Valak.
I was waiting for another twist in this movie where she was going to put on a fucking nun habitat and shit and start chasing people.
The Doctor and the Nun.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe that's a sequel. Shit, I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, all right, but any of my Corbin Burnson lovers out there, there you go. Corbin Burnson's in this movie.
Yeah. So the grandpa. God, I have such a love-hate relationship with this grandpa. But okay, beginning of the movie, Grandpa and Morgan, they're super close. The next scene is them at the dinner table, and it's the mom and the dad and Morgan and the grandpa. And yeah, we learn that they just moved, and we learn that he's about to go to summer camp for the whole summer, 2 months. And Morgan does not want to go. And his parents are like, you really have to go. You really need this. And his grandpa's just trying to make him feel better. He's like, oh my God, you're going to go have so much fun, stay up late, have sweets, flirt with girls, and you're going to get away from your parents for 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's
That's
so
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like
So
that
they just,
jokiness, it reminds of. Did you guys ever watch that show Ozark?
Yes.
Do you remember that relationship between the kid and the man that they let stay in their house?
Yeah.
That vibe was what I was getting here. Like they have a really cool like buddy relationship. He hands him his
sure.
like pocket knife, as like
Yes.
a memento. Like I love that.
And that actually comes into play. So I'm glad that you remembered that. Yeah. Yeah. So super sweet. But then, of course, nothing nice can last forever. So as they're cleaning up dinner, the grandpa stands up and he's kind of
Wait,
like,
you do have to say, I know I wasn't supposed to do this, Laura, because I don't know the plot of this movie that well, but you gotta say he gave the kid like a little like knife. Like
that's
a
what
little,
Greg
like,
just said.
pocket knife. Oh, he said that? Oh, really?
Greg just said that. And I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
there.
Oh.
Oh my God, Rob,
Oh, well,
get
all
out
right.
of here.
Oh,
You're
I'm
not
gonna
even
ed-
paying
I'm gonna ed-
attention.
I'm going to edit that shit out. I was also thinking of Corbin Burnson at the end of this movie. Okay, all right.
That was so weird and awkward. What just happened?
We'll see. Maybe I'll cut it out. We'll see.
Oh,
Cut
don't
it
forget
out.
the grandpa like offers him a glass of Merlot. That was funny too. Like I love their banter
Oh,
back
yeah.
and forth.
That's true. That's
That
true.
was funny. That was funny. All right, so but sweet moment's over. Grandpa gets up and is grabbing his chest and boom, collapses, is having a heart attack or some other medical emergency. And he's saying as he's like on the floor dying and the parents are frantically calling 911 and Morgan's hysterical. He just keeps saying, "I get to see you now. I get to see you now."
Wait.
He's like whispering
No,
that.
I don't. I don't think he. I don't think you. They reveal that yet.
I watch with subtitles. He was
But
whispering it.
I did too. I did with subtitles too, and I don't think it says that. I think it says like What is it? Inaudible or whatever. When it's
Oh,
like you
mine
can't.
said it. Mine said it.
Maybe you have some special fucking subtitles. Then what the fuck?
Well, I didn't watch this on Tubi. I watched it on Prime. It was free on
Oh,
Prime.
maybe that's why. Maybe that's
I
why.
watched
Yeah.
it on YouTube
Prime.
and mine like said what yours did, Rob. It was like indistinct noise.
Yeah. Right.
And
Yeah.
it didn't
Oh,
reveal that part
interesting.
until later.
Wow. So Prime
Okay.
fucked it up. Prime ruined it.
Well, I didn't think anything of it though. But,
yeah. You don't know. You don't know.
But yeah, there's no context.
You already gave the disclaimer. We're not going to tiptoe around this twist because there are things that get said from here up before the twist. It's like, I don't know. The second time you watch it, you're like, oh my God, wow, this is so blatant.
Oh.
I feel like we
okay.
got to call
Okay.
those things out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We can.
Okay. Well, the very next scene, so I'll have to ask you this question. Morgan is at his grandpa's funeral, and as he's sitting there, he's hearing his grandpa faintly in the background, and it's just over and over again. I get to see you now. I get to see you now.
Oh, really?
He's hearing
Okay,
it in
right.
the background. Yeah.
Probably could say that then. Okay.
Did you guys not hear that?
Maybe it was inaudible again. I don't know.
That
I
one
don't.
Did
I
you
think I
not
did
hear that?
Yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I
Well,
don't-
he's sitting on the bench, right? He's like holding the knife,
Yeah.
and he could just hear his. But I think the cool thing is in the beginning, his grandpa is just like eccentric and kind of off the wall. So when you hear this stuff, there's probably a link, but it could also just be like nonsense. So there's no context. I don't think
Yeah.
it ruins anything, but it is cool to kind of like, I want to go back and watch it again, knowing what it means for sure.
Oh, it's so weird watching because I watched it twice, pretty much in a row,
did
and
watch
the
it
second
twice, too,
time
yeah.
is very different. Like
Yeah.
knowing everything.
I
Yeah.
appreciated it more the second time actually.
Yeah,
Like we
me
talked
too.
about our previous recording was Scream 7 and our big thing with that was like once you get to the end and there's the reveal, you're supposed to be able to go back and watch it and things line up better cuz it makes sense, but Scream 7 like they didn't. It like nothing made sense. So like I appreciate this movie when you go back and watch it, you're like, "Oh shit, like this lays out this and this lays out that." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool that it all actually does pay off, you know?"
Yeah, like
did like
Yeah.
so. I don't know. So you guys have to kind of mention it if you notice it. But I love watching movies like this where you get to go back, you listen to what people say and what they do with a different context, but you can still see how the way that they said it, and the words that they used, could still line up with the version where you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Like for example, like in this scene where he's like packing up, right? Well, Laura, you haven't gotten to it yet, but like I remember the mom was saying something along the lines of, "You may not understand this, but you need this. It's going to
You
be
need
good."
this.
And
Yeah.
I was thinking this is something like a parent would say who's trying to boost up their child's
Yes.
confidence and get them to get out of their head and just like pep talk them, right? But then also the story.
You need it. You actually
Yeah.
physically need this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. So he's packing up. He's heading to camp. Mom takes him to camp, drops him off. It's Camp Almar. And did you guys see what the tagline
Yeah.
of the camp was?
Yeah, and again, you
was
don't
it?
realize it until the end. What, like, yeah, What is it?
It says like "come to grow."
come to grow, and it's like it says
But
something
then it
like
all-
what?
Yeah, couldn't make it out. All I saw was bones.
It says like
something
bones, heart, and
Bone Thugs and Harmony?
brain
What?
or something like that. It's like heart, body, and soul or something like that, or heart, body, and mind. Yeah, heart, body, and mind. That's what it
again,
is.
that can be construed as
Yeah, that's a
general,
know.
like
that's a
know.
normal camp.
yeah.
That's
They-
on like
Yeah.
every
stress, like the
camp
mental,
out
the
there.
physical,
Yeah.
the social, like that's great.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But like you said, when you get the reveal, you're like, oh shit, like that's fucking cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's at Camp Almar, and this camp, it's run by like this main guy. His name is Hugh. And then there's 5 counselors. And these counselors, I don't know, they're anywhere from like 16 to 19 years old, right? I don't know, somewhere
probably.
in that like late teen
Normal
age.
teens. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 5 of them. Rachel is one. She's kind of like the nice counselor who's, more in
She seems
charge, I
kind
would
of
say,
like
than the other
like the
ones.
leader.
Yeah. And then Franklin, he's like the nice, so nice, like very kind-hearted, always looking out for the kids. And then there's a super douchey one named Kazmar,
Yeah.
who's just like,
It's just
you know,
instantly his shirt is off. He's like lifting
yeah,
weights and talking about like he wants to bone this other chick. When are they gonna bone? Like, and I
yeah.
had to go back and look this up to be like, was this movie PG-13 or R? But I'm pretty sure it's R,
It
right?
was
'Cause-
R.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
right,
he has
yeah.
pretty
I was trying to
explicit,
remember
like,
it,
sex scene.
yeah,
That
I
makes
know.
it
That's why I'm like, wait, how far is this thing going? But yeah, so it's like kind of funny. So yeah, he's totally like a typical like douchebag guy. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's two other ones, the girl he bangs, and
yeah,
then
his
some other
girl.
guy that's like a stoner or something,
Just like
but I don't
yeah,
even remember his name. Yeah. So they're the five counselors that I'll probably mention. So Morgan and his mom check in with Rachel. And again, this is one of those scenes like she gives Morgan his badge and she's like, okay, you're a first timer. And then she's like, okay, this badge gets you food and gets you in everywhere. So don't lose it or you'll be sleeping with the fishes.
Oh yeah. Oh, because I
Wow.
think she says something like this lets because yeah, she says your food and swimming privileges or something like that. So she's like
Yeah.
making a joke about the
Oh
water.
my
Yeah.
gosh, I just
Yeah.
realized why the mom would be offended by that joke
She was like,
specifically. Wow.
what?
'Cause she
Oh,
did give
that's
her
right.
like
Yeah.
that. She did give her like an evil eye, right? But
Yeah.
like
That's
you
right.
could construe it as this is
I
brilliant
know.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can construe it as being like an overprotective mom because
Yeah.
she
Which
goes
the
there,
mom
she
is.
tries to insert herself, like she walks him up to the desk, she kind of like interrupts the counselor, says, I like let's go see where your bunk is, and the parents aren't allowed back there. So you take it as he's just like we're all parents. We know what it's like to have a kid, and I haven't taken my kids to camp, but I know that if and when we do, it'll be like taking them to school where it's like you want to see them be independent and autonomous, but you're also like,
Yeah.
they're like an exposed nerve, out in the world, and
Right.
you want to make sure that they're okay. So like there's two sides to that
Yeah.
reaction in her moment. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the tropes of this whole movie is like overbearing parents and parents trying to control like children's lives, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So parents are gone now. All the kids are like day one camp. And they're all lining up because they're going to get the whole like big speech, the intro speech. And that's when we meet Morgan's probably like what becomes his best friend at the camp. His name is Dirk, but it's a
Doink.
super funny scene. Yeah, because they've got their little badges where they have their names kind of
Yeah, they
written
wrote
small.
it. Yeah.
And Kazmar, like the douche counselor, he goes up there and like looks at his thing and is like, "What's your name, Doink?" And then they like start making fun of him, calling him Doink. And
This is
so,
totally like little me, little chubby
yeah,
fucking
I
kid.
thought
Like,
about you as Doink.
yeah, it looks like me when I was fucking whatever this kid is 10 years old. Like I'm fucking little Rob Doink. Like, yeah, yeah. I also
I
thought
knew
it was
you'd love him too.
yeah, I did. I really did like him. It was funny too when Casimir comes up. This is another one where like all the things they say once you get the end, you kind of like look at it different. He goes up and he's like, "Get out of the way, you monsters and freaks," and it's like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like not
Yeah.
that they
There's
are
so
that, but
many
it's just like
things.
little things where like, oh wow, that's
Where
interesting. You know,
he could just be like accidentally
you're joking, but
it's, or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. It's so
Yeah.
hard not to like spoil what you already
Well,
knew.
but again, no one should be spoiled listening to this,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's true.
We're just trying to call them out, all the little connections. Yeah,
Yeah, and then we'll say it when it happens. But yeah.
yeah. So
I
Morgan
agree.
meets Doink.
Yeah, Morgan meets Doink, and then he meets
Are
a
we calling him
girl,
Doink or are we
Pilar.
gonna
Call
we're gonna call him his real name?
Dirk.
Was it Dirk?
I'm sorry.
I thought it was. I thought it
I'm
was
on my
funny.
third glass of wine, so I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
I thought it was funny that like the little Dirk kid was like listening to earbuds and it's like meditation about like
Right.
soothing your soul or something
I
like that.
believe in
Whatever.
myself
Yeah,
and
what do you
whatever it
think
is.
that meant?
I am the
It's definitely some type of
architect my
connection.
fate. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
something like
hilarious.
that. And then
Like
the
suicide or
the
something?
Casimir guy is like, "Give me the earbuds," and he's like, "I'm gonna take away like your food privileges." He's like, "I know you want that pudding or something like that." And it's
Yeah.
like, and then he's like, "Okay, everybody, like doink the oink and shit." I was like, "Oh my god," it was like fucking funny.
Such
you
a
know?
jerk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I've been there. I've been there. I've been that kid.
So then Morgan meets a girl. He meets Pilar, and she's rad. I love this girl
cool.
so much.
Yeah.
And they're like kind of instantly friends. She's like, "Oh, you're a first timer, and I've been here for many years." So, Yeah, so he's like making friends. And so the first thing that the counselors tell them to do is they have to take their water test, which is like super standard for, I mean, my daughter not for 2 months, but my daughter goes to summer camp every summer and like they always make them do a swim test at the beginning
Yeah.
of summer. And then that way they know, okay, this kid can swim and they can go in the deep end and all that. And so they're getting ready to do that, and he kind of raises his hand and says like, I don't swim. And so, something like, this kid like clearly almost drowned, right? Because he's having these nightmares. He's afraid of swimming. And they're trying to talk him out of it. They're like, oh, kids really regret it. When they do this, you'll regret it. And he's like, no, I don't swim. And Morgan, he's rooming with this kid named CJ, who is a real
Yeah.
loser. I mean, this guy sucks. He's
Like
really mean.
He's
He's
like
a
the
bully.
basketball kids in the beginning of the movie, just like typical like douchebag
Bully.
kid,
Yeah.
like a bully kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So he like I think he trips Morgan in this scene.
On the pier.
Trips him. Yeah. And so he gets in trouble. Hugh, the main guy, calls him and his buddy in, and you could tell he's just like he just doesn't know what to do with this kid. Like he doesn't want to send him home. That doesn't seem to be an option. But he's just like, you got to stop being like this. And then he's just like not getting through to CJ. So he's like, just get out of here.
They're
Get
just
out
like
of here.
laughing. He's just like laughing at him. He's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was actually the first scene where I thought something was super suspicious. Like, first, like he's the director, right? Collins.
Yeah.
So he's in charge of everybody. And he mentions this like zero tolerance policy for bullying. So at first I'm like, yeah, okay, right on, buddy. Like do the discipline thing, do what you got to do. But then he
Yeah, send him
suddenly
home.
pulls back. Yeah, like he doesn't really even press him that hard. Like, what happened to your zero tolerance policy, right? Like
Yeah.
he kind of gave him more of a like boys will be boys kind of reaction. Like, and it's just like, verbal warning, slap on the wrist, and so that was okay. Well, if you're at the top and you're supposed to be setting the tone for everyone else, like what does that say about the rest of the camp? Like what do we have in store?
Yeah.
I obviously didn't know the level to which it goes deeper than that. But then he pulls out. Does he pull out the envelope from the desk right here too?
The file.
The file. He pulls out a file, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a manila envelope, and then he looks at it and he just kind of looks, I don't know, like concerned about something. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
something's up.
Yeah.
Something is up. Yeah. So the next scene, it's night. It's like the first campfire, first night of the camp. And they're all sitting around. Everyone's got a cup of hot cocoa, which
Yeah, I got my hot cocoa. Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I noticed that right away. I was like, why does every single kid have a white cup? I don't know why it bugged me. It did seem weird to me because, I mean, I'm sure you guys have been out with like kids at either like a birthday party or an outing or a field trip or whatever, but like not every single kid is going to want a hot cocoa. That is just so not, I don't know. It did
Plus
stand
at
out to
nighttime
me.
too. I feel like you drink hot cocoa in the morning.
No, I feel like it's perfect for campfire hot cocoa. Yeah.
Really? I don't
I'm
ever
fucking.
remember.
I don't-
I'm going doink. So just give
yeah.
me chocolate. So I just want all the chocolate. I guess I don't know.
Did you guys go to these summer camps when you were a kid that were
Yeah.
like this?
I went to like,
I
a
did
summer
go to a
camp.
sleepaway one. Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
2 months long though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In fact, did camps even do that for like 2 full months? Not, I don't know.
I would assume they probably still have it somewhere. You know.
I think it's just a week. You can go for like a week.
Yeah, it was like I remember going to a couple of them for like a week or two.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do it.
Yeah.
I had my hot chocolate at night. Yeah. made my own and shit. Yeah.
I would have like s'mores, but yeah, not hot cocoa. Anyway, so
And wait,
they're all drinking their cocoa.
We did have this mention. Because we had to talk about fucking Laura's background. We never even mentioned Laura's fucking background. So, like,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
this is the only scene in the movie where you see a fucking actual marshmallow. Like when they're getting the hot chocolate on the table, there is like a bag of marshmallows and shit. So it is like this is the only reference to this actual title of this movie. And then Laura's background, of course, she chose fucking State Puff over there, you know. So
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll get into it. But you're right. Maybe that's why I was suspicious of everyone drinking the cocoa, because I'm like, this movie's called Marshmallow. Like, what? This is weird. Okay. On YouTube, you can see my background. If you're listening on podcast, my background is the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. And the reason why I chose this is because I tried to watch this movie with my husband, who was convinced it was going to be this big marshmallow man as like the killer. And so the whole The whole movie, he's just like, it's the
would say that.
Marshmallow Man. There's the and I was like, that's not a Marshmallow Man. And midway through the movie, he gave up and was like, fuck this movie. There's no
He was
Marshmallow
angry that there
Man.
was no
He was
Marshmallow Man
so
that he fabricated
angry.
in his own
He
mind.
built up the
Yeah.
marshmallow hype. Too much marshmallow hype.
And then
Wow.
later he like forgot and was like, "Oh, how was the movie?" And I was like, I gave my opinion." And then he was like, "Well, did the Marshmallow Man ever show up?" I'm like, "No, there is no Marshmallow Man. What are you
Wow.
saying?"
Maybe in the
Maybe
sequel.
that's part 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
part two. They got Valak in there and the Marshmallow Man. Yeah, part
We're
2.
making our own movie.
Shout out to the writer directors who are giving you guys some good information, good ideas.
Oh my
the
God.
Marshmallow Man, that's fucking
So
hilarious,
funny.
dude.
I know. So
Oh,
funny.
man. That's funny. All right.
Okay. So anyway,
All right.
Morgan's at the campfire. Everyone's drinking their cocoa. Dirk comes with his 2 roommates and like scares him. So he actually knocks his cocoa on the ground and doesn't end up
drink it,
drinking
yeah.
it. And right before that, I should have mentioned, he sees like a man in the background.
Oh yeah. Like almost like behind a tree. Like
Yeah, I
hiding
don't
in
know
the-
if he was
right.
was he seeing one of these guys like
I thought
right
he
dressed
was.
up, or was
I
he
thot he
seeing
was.
like his grandpa?
I thought it was one of these guys. That's what
Okay.
that's what I thought
Yeah.
it was. Yeah. That's what I thought. But I mean, it was dark, so it was kind of hard to
Yeah.
like tell. Yeah.
I
It almost
have a
looked
theory.
like.
I feel like he was hallucinating. Like, did you guys ever watch that show Westworld?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So you know how like the idea of like how some of those and the like memories would get wiped and it's like computer, like you would think of it more of like a processing board, but then there would be like residual moments
Oh,
of
yeah.
packets of data that would like continue on. So I was thinking that this was like a hallucination, but
Oh yeah. Could be.
they don't really explain it.
You got to watch it a third time, Laura, and pause it.
I don't know about that.
Have Brooks watch it.
Okay.
You'll think it's Marshmallow Man. Yeah. That's funny.
So,
Right.
okay, so the kids are like telling the counselors, like, tell us a scary story. And so Rachel tells this horrifying campfire story
Pretty
about a
fucking
doctor.
dark, dude. Pretty fucking
Yeah,
dark.
I'm sorry,
It's
but
like 8 years old, 9
This
years
is kind of
old.
weird. Yeah.
if you told me that story as an adult out in the woods camping, I would be scared.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go through the story. You want to go through the story,
Okay.
Laura? All right.
So, yeah. So
I'm gonna
Rachel
pretend like
tells
I'm
the
Doink.
story.
I'm gonna pretend I'm Doink the Oink. Okay. All right. Go for it.
Rachel tells the story about a doctor who would come out. This was before Camp Alma was the camp, and it used to just be cabins that people would like. It was like their summer vacation cabin or whatever. And so this doctor would come up in the summertime with his wife and children, and they would like swim and fish and have a lovely time. But every night he would go down into his basement and he would tell his wife and kids, like, do not ever come down here. And so one night the wife was like, what the hell is he doing down there? So she went into the basement and found just mutilated bodies and body parts and people that had been like sewn up together. And so he was literally like creating monsters.
It's like the human centipede guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doctor from human
Why does he have to
centipede.
go that far? I was thinking Frankenstein, and you just go
no.
straight.
Straight
Because it's
straight
Rob.
ass to mouth. Straight
Ass
ass
to
to
mouth,
mouth.
man.
Yeah.
It's possible. I don't know. Maybe that's the sequel.
He was the German guy from Centipede. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
That's what I pictured. Yeah. So,
So
then the worst part of the story, right?
The worst part of the story is that the doctor then is like,
super
well,
fucked up.
my wife knows. So he ends up taking his wife and kids
Yeah.
and sewing them together,
Yeah. What
and then,
the
like,
fuck?
keeping them in his basement so that they
Fucking bonkers.
can't ever leave. Yeah. And so
that's crazy. That's the part where I was like, holy shit. Like, oh my
yeah,
God.
really gross and dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the counselors are
It's a
like,
good turn.
they're like, if you stay up too late or if you leave the cabin, like you might see the doctor, because legend has it he's still walking around like looking for his basement, looking for his family. And so, oh my God. And then Casimir, whatever his name is, he like pops out of the bushes and like
Scares
scares
them.
all the
Yeah.
kids, and they all scream.
Yeah.
And so Morgan is horrified. I mean, this poor kid is just a nervous kid. And Pilar is so sweet. She like walks him all the way to his cabin. And then he's like, where's your cabin? She's like, oh, it's on the whole other side of camp.
Yeah.
She could tell that he was scared.
Yeah,
And she actually tells him, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, she's like, he's like, why did you walk all the way over here? And he's like, oh, 'cause you're a scaredy cat, you're a scaredy cat. So yeah, it was cute.
Yeah. Well, and she tells him, like, I've heard that, like, a variation of that story, like, 5 different ones because of all the times I've been to camp.
We got to come back
Yeah.
to this moment at the very, very end, please. Let's come back to this moment. That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura, you gotta get closer to the camera, Laura. Come on, get up in there.
Every episode I have to do this. You can still see me.
Yeah, you're good. You're good, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, next scene, Morgan, he's in the like camp bathroom and it's another nightmare because there's water coming down everywhere. And so it looks like his bathroom stall is flooding. But then in the next scene, you actually see him in a pool, like looking up and he's in a pool and he's stuck in the pool drowning. And you can see his grandpa above the water, like shouting like, Morgan, Morgan, and like trying to reach for him. And so Morgan kind of snaps out of it. Like, I don't know if he was having a nightmare or if he was just hallucinating, actually.
Yeah.
Because he
Seems just
snaps
like a
out of
memory.
it.
Yeah.
And
Or
he
d-
walks.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. He kind of snaps out of it.
He was
and
actually
walks
in the
out- yeah,
bathroom.
then he walks out of the bathroom, and it's like real again. So maybe he was kind of
Right.
like. I mean, we didn't really. I mean, I guess he didn't drink any. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he drinks some of the hot chocolate. So maybe like
Maybe.
he's fucking getting something. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
But he walks out and he sees what? He sees one of the fucking guys in white, right? Coming out of his cabin, right?
Yeah,
Right.
coming. He sees the lights in his own cabin, and then the
Yeah.
guy come out. Yeah,
Marshmallow
actually,
Man, yeah.
you know what? I just had a light bulb moment from something you said.
Let's get it.
Should I? I mean, should I say it?
Go
So
for it. Yeah.
they say that these kids are having memories. That's like the problem. So maybe that's what it is. He's just like constantly having these like weird memories he's not supposed to be having. And that must have been what was happening when he was in the bathroom.
Oh, could be, yeah.
Like
Could
it was
be, yeah.
blending with
Yeah.
his real life.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, I can
actually
see that.
taking a dump, but like, you know,
Dump.
seeing himself in a pool
Well, that
at the
actually
same
makes sense
time.
because it's not
Maybe
like he was sleeping. Like he wasn't like, oh, like he wasn't waking up from a sleep. So he was
Right.
actively like just going through a memory.
Maybe he dropped a deuce in a pool. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem, yeah.
Who hasn't? No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
With that.
No,
That's
I'm not
funny,
one of
yeah.
those people that makes everyone leave the pool.
That's funny. Yeah, so he freaks out, right?
Yeah. He
freaks out,
freaks
screaming,
out.
wakes everybody
He's
up.
like screaming. Yeah. And so, of course, the counselors are fucking, and now they're like, oh my God, what's going
Oh,
on?
that's right. It cuts to the fucking Casimir scene, like literally fucking the chick in the bed.
Lori, right.
Yeah. I mean, they don't show anything. It's like, waist up and she has a bra on still, so they don't show anything. But still, they're fucking,
Well, I thought that was worth calling out.
Well, I mean, it was just like, because I was still questioning like PG-13 R. Like, I'm like, can they do that in PG-13? Does that have to be R? Like, there's literally no nudity. It's just motion. But I was like, not sure about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah, so they hear him. But yeah, he runs into like the main counselor's cabin where like the other ones are hanging out. And he runs in and is just like, I saw him, I saw the doctor. And they're like, Morgan, you're having a nightmare. Like, we read your file. We know that you have like a history of having bad night terrors. And so Franklin, who's like the really nice counselor, he walks him back to his cabin and they goes in, sees his other roommates like peacefully sleeping. He's like, see, like no one's in here. Everything's fine. And so now we're to the next day. Nothing eventful happened after that. And Morgan walks up to Pilar. She's like reading. And yeah, just like typical day at camp. Everyone's having a good time, hanging out. And then Morgan goes back to his cabin and CJ is like frantically looking for something. Or, I don't know, like ruffling through his
yeah,
bag.
First of
Something,
all,
yeah.
I gotta say she's the best because she gave him all of her
Pilar?
pink Starburst,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, that is the best flavor, obviously. So,
Oh, I so don't agree with that.
are
Pink
you?
is totally the best. I agree.
I know everyone thinks pink is the
If you
best.
say
Pink
Laura,
is my least.
Laura, you're gonna get kicked off this fucking pod.
If I say
Yellow's
what?
Pilar.
Yellow.
Your
Yellow's the
Your team
worst.
CJ. Your team CJ.
Yellow's the fucking worst. Don't say yellow.
I'm not Team CJ. I hate pink Starburst. I really
What?
do.
You do?
I
Wow.
think they're so gross. Do you know what my
this
favorite
is-
one is?
It's gonna be
orange,
red.
probably orange.
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 Best one.
Psycho.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. Wow. Okay. Oh, we do have to say too, like, yeah, like Pilar and him like have a little moment together, you know, whatever, and then she fucking leaves because she has to go do like bird watching with her cabin mates, and then like Doink and his two like friends come
You
up.
call them
And fucking, and they're like, they're funny though because
lost
they're
my
like,
camera
oh,
again.
they're like, is that your girlfriend? And one of the kids is doing like a humping motion,
I
and I thought it
know.
was funny. Yeah, I thought it was funny because I'm like, damn, Duffel's going for a little humping motion. All right, okay, all right.
Oh my
So it's kinda
God.
weird. Then he
Wait,
goes back to his cabin. Yeah.
I just
Oh,
realized,
sorry,
by the way, you guys, so with the whole concept of Doink versus Dirk, does that mean it's his first year too? Otherwise, Kaz would have known his actual name, or is he
Ooh,
playing on the
good
same
call.
joke
No, I
repeatedly?
think it's his first year too. I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think so. Because he
gotcha.
seemed kind of
think so,
nervous.
too.
He would have known. I mean, I guess technically, maybe I don't know. Would you have known? We can't. I don't know. We can't get into it yet. Do they remember each year? I'm not sure about that, but
Right.
They do, because Pilar remembers.
yeah, that's true. So he would have known not to like have the headsets and shit.
Yeah,
or,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was
no
definitely his first
technology.
year.
So he's
So they said no
new.
technology. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now we're back to like CJ
Yeah,
in
back in the cabin, CJ's freaking out, and so Morgan's like, "Are you okay?" And he like pushes Morgan down on the bed. He's like, "Leave me the fuck alone." And
he goes,
it
like,
and it
crazy.
really like scares Morgan. Like he
Yeah.
is just so uncomfortable. So he's like not going to the campfire that night. He's like in his bed, and then Franklin comes and checks on him. And Morgan's like, "Can I move cabins and like room with someone else?" And that's when Franklin is like, "Here at this camp, we do not give up on kids." Like, and it kind of ties into what happened with the Hugh, the main guy, and CJ earlier. Like, they're not going to send the bullies home. They're just going to keep
Yeah.
trying to work with them.
He also has that phrase. He says, "Your bad day doesn't deserve your tomorrow." Oh
I
man,
love
that
that.
lands so differently
Yeah.
too.
That was a good one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. Where were these writers for Scream 7? Shit. Yeah. I don't know. Come on.
Don't. You're
Okay.
hurting
All
me.
right. I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
God.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
Maybe
next
more
day,
fire
we're
after
day
this
3 at
one.
camp, and Morgan is like telling all his new buddies, like Dirk's roommates, Pilar, and he's just like talking to them about CJ, and like he's just really like scared of him, and is like, oh my God, it was very scary. And then CJ walks up, and he's like, "Hey, Morgan, like, can I talk to you?" And so you immediately get the thought, okay, he's gonna apologize.
Yeah, he
like,
seems resentful.
Oh, I
sincere.
did not. I knew right
You knew this-
out
you
of
knew
the
he was setting
gates
him
he's
up?
gonna do
Really?
some fucking shady stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm.
And then Greg was right. He pulls Morgan over, and they're like on the dock, and then he freaking pushes him in the lake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Morgan's like just sinking. Like he's already said, like he can't swim or he doesn't like to swim.
Yeah, so he knows he's attempting murder essentially here.
I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah.
What it boils down to it.
Yeah.
The,
Because then
the
one of the
crazy thing, yeah.
Then
The
one of the
crazy thing
friends,
about
like,
this
runs up.
scene, exactly, is that one of Dirk's roommates runs up and is like, "CJ, what are you doing?" And CJ just starts beating the shit out of this kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, this kid ends up being fine and like just a little bruise, like later on that day. The way he was beat up,
Oh yeah, it should have been way worse.
yeah.
Like they should have had his face destroyed in the next scene or in the next like couple scenes.
He would have
But it
been
was
in,
just,
like,
literally like
the
a little
nurse's
bit.
office
They
for a
basically
few
had him
days.
full mount, like just
Oh,
punching
yeah.
his face without like defending himself for like a full minute, and like his face would look like a crushed pumpkin at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he pretty much just goes crazy on him. Yeah.
This scene, honestly, like, this movie isn't really that scary, but this scene was
Yeah.
definitely the most unsettling or like upsetting for me,
jarring.
because it was actually jarring. It was a really cool scene in that way, though, because it's like you see Morgan drowning, and then there's like the punch of the kid, and then you go back to Morgan drowning, and it's like the punch of the kid, and
Good cut.
the way
good
they're
cut back and forth.
yeah, good cut. And then also while this is happening, Morgan is like seeing his grandpa. He's like envisioning the pool
Getting
again, and he's like,
flashbacks again.
yeah, flashbacks of his grandpa pulling him out. And so then you're like, oh, so maybe he almost drowned and his grandpa saved him at the last minute or
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
And then in the next scene, Morgan is getting CPR from one of the counselors. So
Yeah. Casimir finally does fucking something good. He fucking
does his
saves
job,
the kid's
yeah.
life. Good job.
I mean, he has to do something good. They can't keep him keep him around if he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So they get the water out of
Yeah.
him. finally the head guy comes over and like grabs CJ and like pulls him off the
Pulls
kid
them
and
off the
shit.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So they stop that finally. Yeah.
I have to say this. This movie very much reminded me of It Follows in the way that I didn't understand what time period we were in. I was like, are we in the
Oh
80s?
yeah,
Are we in
yeah.
the
Oh, you're right.
90s?
Yeah, the beginning they play music that's very 80s.
Yes.
And then yeah, I thought the movie kind of, especially like clothing wise too, was like not like that like
Yes.
modern. It did seem a little older. I was with you, Laura. I was like in the most of this movie I was like, "Oh, this is like in the 80s and maybe 90s."
I don't think it was
Yeah. No,
though.
it wasn't. It wasn't though, because later on we get to it when they open the files, they have like date of births and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah. We're in
now.
the
It's
yeah.
like 2019 when the kids were born, so it was like
I almost
2022.
wonder if they did that on purpose though, just
Could
to
be.
make it feel like,
Yeah,
you
just to kind
know,
of keep you guessing.
you
Yeah.
just don't know what, yeah, time period you're in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I could see that.
The other reason why I was like stuck on time was because then the next scene, Morgan's like in his cabin sleeping, and I'm like, interesting. Well, I guess I know the answer, but oh yeah, I know the answer now. But when
I do know the
you
answer.
almost drown and have to have
Uh-huh.
CPR, you could
Oh,
have something called secondary drowning, where like the water
oh, is
there's
just
is
stuck in
still
there?
in your, and so you need to go to the hospital.
Oh, okay. I get
There
what you're saying.
are
Yeah. Why I didn't
a lot
know.
of cases of
Mm-hmm.
kids who have like almost drowned in the pool
Mm-hmm.
that day and then gone to bed that night and then died in their
Oh,
sleep.
Well,
okay.
I feel like at this point we know this camp is like breaking all kinds of protocol. They're like telling kids like traumatic
Yeah.
stories, like letting people beat the shit out of each
Yeah.
other without repercussions. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I think they're like, well, the nearest hospital is 50 miles away, but we're just
Mm-hmm.
gonna brush this one under the rug.
I mean, the
Well, that's
main.
why I'm saying like maybe this was the 80s and they were just like, ah, he's fine, sleep it
Yeah, I
off.
mean
Right,
the
right.
Like,
main
Yeah, nothing
the
mattered
main
back then.
guy did say like get the nurse, so like
yeah.
there's at least like a nurse. Maybe the nurse checked for that secondary drowning, Laura.
Yeah,
I
do you
don't
need
know.
like special equipment to pump the water out, or can you just like turn a person upside down and like gravity do the job?
Probably.
God, I
Probably
don't
fine.
know. I don't
Yeah,
know. And then speaking
but
of the nurse doing whatever, Morgan's in his room and his friends come in and the kid that was beat up comes in with just like a little bit of black eyes right
yeah, it
here.
wasn't that bad. They
Right.
should have had his face like really messed up, but like whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
picky. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were pretty cool.
So,
That they were like whatever. They were like just razzing him, kind of like razzing, like friends do, being like,
yeah.
Yeah, like boost his mood a little bit.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, this poor kid, he's really,
yeah.
oh man.
Well, the problem is so Collins comes in right after this, and I'm thinking they're gonna lay the hammer down. Like he wasn't hard on CJ before, but now he's gonna be like, okay, we put this kid in jail, essentially. I was hoping for some,
I mean, I think
and
they
like,
kind of did, right?
well, he said
CJ wasn't there.
they did say we're taking care of the CJ situation, but I mean, like when you're talking to the victim of like that, attempted murder, you feel like you would assure them that they're not gonna be within like 100 miles from you.
Yeah,
From here on
Yeah.
out,
yeah.
but like he didn't do it, like so he wasn't heavy-handed enough. So this was again, I'm like, what is going on with this guy? Like he's supposed to be the head, zero tolerance man, and like something's obviously up.
Yeah, and again,
Yeah.
he's like, "Here's your cocoa. Here's your
Where
cocoa."
gets Coco
And
in
this
it?
is what really did it is because he's like, drink that cocoa.
It's just funny because he's like, "You just almost drowned it, with liquid, with water. Here's drink this liquid."
More
Like
liquid,
it's,
right,
it's
right.
kind of funny. More
But he
liquid
says
is the
drink
answer.
it, it's an order.
It's
So
an
it's
order,
like,
yeah.
this is
I
when I was
still-
like, oh, they're
it's-
doing something to the
Yeah,
cocoa.
so like
That's crazy.
at the first time you guys saw this movie, at this point in the movie, are you like on to things yet, or you're still like oblivious? Because I was oblivious still. I was still like I knew something was going on, but I didn't know what or why yet. Were you guys still
So
like me?
here's where I was. Like my mind is
we're about
divided
halfway,
into,
probably.
into two pieces. One is there's somehow I was actually predicting like a cliche killer to come out to look like the doctor, being like, oh my God, it's just a story. No, it's not. It's real. How come we've seen that movie 1,000 times? I was thinking that. But then I was also just so suspicious of Collins specifically. Like everybody else
Okay,
seems
yeah.
cool. Franklin's my favorite dude. Obviously Kaz and the other guy are just like very like
whatever,
your,
yeah.
your token, whatever.
Yeah.
But Collins specifically, I was like, this guy is not harsh enough. What's going on?
Yeah.
But then again, it's like your mind is so distracted by all the other stuff that's going on. It's hard. I feel like it's hard to try to make sense of anything else that you feel suspicious by because you're like, there's a
Yeah.
marshmallow man in the forest. We're waiting to see him.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of the same. Like, I knew something was up, and I did not trust the camp and the counselors. And I was like, I didn't know what
Yeah.
the twist was, but I was
Okay.
like, something shady is going on. And I definitely knew that they were doing something to Coco.
With
I
the
was
Oh
like,
yeah,
Coco.
that's right.
at
You
this
were
point, I'm
on
like, they're
Coco right
spiking
away.
it.
Right when you saw
Are
Coco,
you
you
in
were like
love with
fucking
the
Coco.
Coco?
Yeah, I was still like not even like that. I was like, drink that Coco, kid. Pass it over here. I want some. Yeah.
Well, then
That
it was
was
interesting
definitely look good.
because he doesn't drink the cocoa.
I
He
know.
No.
instead grabs the Starburst and eats
Yeah.
those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, of course, actually, his mom did say at the beginning of the movie, like, oh, don't eat too much sugar. You know that they give you like nightmares when you.
okay.
And so, sure enough, Morgan has another freaking nightmare. And this is when things
What
get
is
really
this one?
interesting because this is when he's dreaming about his grandpa. And his grandpa is
Oh, is that the
like
dinner table, right?
sinister. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
This
so
is kind
now
of a
I'm
really
like,
weird. This is a really like kind of creepy scene. Like I said, this
it
it's
was
weird.
creepy.
Like this movie is not like scary.
Yeah.
It's I get a lot of people online with this movie will be like, "Fuck it, this movie is boring." Like it's weird to even call it a slow burn because it's not really a slow burn. It's like it's just
Yeah.
like really like not a lot really happens, and that's why I said up front this movie is so based on the reveal and twist. Like, but honestly, like if the reveal and twist like didn't work or didn't pay off, this movie kind of would suck. Which is
Oh, yeah.
really weird of a movie to have to hit that balance. But this scene though is like the probably I think the creepiest scene in this movie. You know, like yeah, the grandpa's just like yelling at him and like whatever he's telling him, like eat his food.
He's
or
saying,
something like
Morgan, I
that.
can see you now. I
Oh,
can
there we
see
go.
you
He's
now.
fucking-
Like
For
over
Some
and
reason,
over.
some reason I
Screaming
like
it.
literally cannot hear this throughout the whole movie for some reason. I don't know.
He's screaming
Why?
it.
I don't know what's going on. I can't fucking see it or whatever. But yeah, but he's like screaming it and he's like yelling and like all the food on the table is gross. And then Morgan starts like vomiting like out of his mouth
Water.
onto stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's a really kind of fucked up scene. And like you said, the grandpa is like creepy as hell in this movie.
I know. So
Or
then
in
you're like,
this
did he
scene.
like push him down in the
Yeah.
pool or
It starts-
like, what's happening?
It
with the
starts
grandpa?
making you think like, oh wait, is the grandpa like something, you know? Which could be like maybe just trying to like throw you off a bit. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it was definitely a creepy ass scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he wakes up from this nightmare. And of course, he looks outside and he sees lights in another cabin again. And Morgan, for as much of a like scaredy cat as he is, he's like, I'm going to go fucking look and see
check it
what's
out.
going on. Yeah. And so he goes into this cabin. And it's not a cabin that has kids in it. And he's kind of walking
that's right, okay.
around and he's going towards the light. And
He's
then,
hearing,
you know,
he's hearing like metallic. What is it? It's in the dialogue, like
Except-
my dialogue, like metallic, like scraping or metallic, like something. You know, I was
like
oh, shit.
tools. He's hearing
Yeah, I
tools.
guess.
It sounds
Yeah.
like power
Yeah.
tools, like drills and
Yeah.
saws and stuff.
Yeah. And next thing you know, we've got very Dexter-like, you know, clear sheeting, and
yeah.
he's like walking behind him, and he kind of, you know, parts the curtains, and there is CJ, seemingly dead. I don't know, on a operating table with his whole chest exposed
Yeah,
and open, and like
yeah.
like he's had some kind of surgery.
Yeah, and it shows like some type. I couldn't really make out what it showed on like a table. Was that his heart?
It's like
or was
his
it part of
ribs.
Ribs. Okay,
thought it was his
it
rib
was
cage.
kind of like ribs. Okay, I wasn't exactly
Yeah.
100% sure. So it was like ribs on the table, and then CJ's like chest open. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. And he also sees other kids too, not as exposed as CJ, but he does see some that are just like you know,
Laying there
they-
like with the sheet like up to their necks. You know, he can't
Yeah.
really see like anything. Maybe their necks. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. And then boom, one of those like scary white suit men come
Marshmallow
up
Man.
behind
Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow. I guess these
We're
could
just
be the
calling it.
Marshmallow
We're calling the
Man.
Marshmallow
Yeah.
Man.
So
Yeah.
Marshmallow Man.
They really should have like
Here goes
leaned.
Greg.
They really
Here
should have
goes
leaned.
Greg.
They really should have leaned into it more and just instead of calling him the doctor, call him the Marshmallow Man. Like it would have been fucking better actually.
Would have
you
tied
know?
into the title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
But Morgan has his grandpa's knife and he like stabs him. Where's he
Foot.
stab him?
Like on top of the foot.
Foot.
The foot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so he runs out and runs straight to Dirk's cabin and he wakes up his friends and he's telling them like the doctor's real. And then I mean, they definitely this is when I realized that I actually had a problem with this movie because from here on out the doctor's like chasing them. And so kind of like what you said, Rob, not much is happening, but actually a lot is happening. But it still was very just uneventful at the same time, if that makes sense. I can't
Yeah,
describe it, but it's just like, why isn't this more? Why am I not more like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
as these
it's
things are
very. I
happening.
mean, the doctor, quote unquote, the doctor that's chasing them, the person in the white suit. It's very like Michael Myers. Like he's just walking
Yeah, it's walking
super
slow.
slow. And I don't know if it's the music along with it. I don't know if it's just the pacing of breaking in between, like they're chasing him to like things happening, but it's not like super suspenseful like Halloween and Michael Myers. And so maybe it's just
Yeah.
like the music isn't living up to what we want, or like the
Yeah.
action isn't crazy enough when things do happen. I don't know, but I get what you're saying though. It's just kind of like beats are happening throughout the movie, not really like things are escalating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they're not really killing the kids. Every time the doctor gets close to the
Yeah.
kids, he's tasing them
So that's we have like the first reveal I think here, right? So like
in Dirk's
Morgan is
cabin.
telling the
Yeah.
kids like, "Oh my god, the doctor's trying to get me," and the kids are like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" And then like Morgan like is almost like looking behind one of the kids, and then you could see like, oh, the doctor like comes in the room with the light and shit shining, and the kid turns around and is like, "Oh my god!" And then you hear like the taser noise. The kid like turns like blue almost, and that's the first time you realize like, oh shit, like they're tasering him. Then the kids like fucking run away. But
So
Yeah.
the taser that he's using is like this. It's a giant like stick taser. I would
a
have took
wand.
this as he was not just tasing them to like knock them unconscious. I thought he was just like electrocuting them to death with this thing.
Oh,
yeah, I can see that.
And to that,
you know?
like to me, that was menacing, and I don't know.
that's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah,
It reminded me of the tasers from Demolition Man, like with fucking Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes and shit. Like they have the wands in the future and shit. It reminded me of one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it's
Yeah,
like
so-
a cattle prod.
yeah. We haven't seen that before in horror movies, right? Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
for anyone who's listening who's played like the Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 4, you've got these like characters toward the end of the game that like they're these military characters that like basically jab you with like a electrified stick, and the popping sound that it makes, it's so jarring. It doesn't matter if you've seen it 100 times or heard it 100, it'll just like jar you. So like whenever it hit, it pops and it's loud and staticky, and I don't know. To me, like
sound
that,
effects.
from an auditory perspective, it just
Yeah.
it made me jump every time.
Oh yeah,
And I thought they were
Yeah.
it
good.
sounds. Yeah, so the kids run away, right?
They're outside, they're
Yeah,
screaming,
chaos,
they're
basically.
it's chaos at this point. And so the counselors have been alerted now in their cabins, and like there's a scene where Kaz is like looking out the window and he's on his walkie-talkie and he's like code Bronco Butler. And then
Right.
I mean
Did you
that's,
guys,
you know,
Did you guys know what that kind of meant? I don't know
I
what that meant.
mean,
I don't know if it has a meaning, but obviously
know.
this was the biggest red flag outside of like Collins to me was a yellow flag, like something's up with this dude, he's not harsh enough. But the moment that he looked outside, saw kids running for their lives, and was like, "Oh, we've got to code something," showed me that he was like not expecting it, but he was prepared for this.
the counselors are in on it. Like
Oh,
we're
okay, all right,
we
okay.
know now that the counselors have something to do with
I didn't know
whatever's
yet. I
going
was
on.
like, wow, Kaz, good job. You're alerting the other people about the intruder on camp. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, guilty.
So Rachel, like, you know, gets outside, all the kids
Yeah.
run around. She's like, campers, if you can hear me, come into the mess hall. And so most kids are coming into like the mess hall with her. And, you know, the group that Morgan's with, like Morgan and Dirk and the other boys, like they almost get taken again and escape. But, you know, they don't want to run to the mess hall because he's like, I want to go to
get
get
Pilar.
Pilar.
Yeah, he has to
and
get
his
her,
friends
yeah.
are like, you want to save your girlfriend? And he's just like, I don't trust the counselors.
Right.
And so they run to Pilar's cabin. And like, as they're telling Pilar and her roommates, doctors come, more tasing, kids are
those
just getting
kids.
tased left and right. Yeah. And this obviously is when I definitely knew that the counselors were in on it, is because Franklin very casually walks
Right.
up to the doctor
Oh,
and
okay,
is
yeah.
like, stop.
like, what are you doing?
And the doctor just pushes him down, like, see ya.
Doesn't
And
kill
it just,
him.
yeah, it was
obviously.
just very like, it was just very clear
like you
that
knew
they weren't afraid of each other.
Yeah, can you imagine just walking up to Michael Myers? Hey, buddy, easy. What are you
Just
doing? And he
stop.
just pushes you down.
Yeah.
You're complicit.
So at this point, there's like 5 of them now, right? It's like Pilar, Dirk, Morgan, some other kids.
Yeah.
And so he decides to tell them about how he almost drowned. Like they're
Yeah.
hiding and he's telling them the story about how he almost drowned. And then they're in like the boathouse where all like the canoes are or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's when Kaz comes in and they're all hiding. And Sam.
one of the kids like comes out because he thinks like, oh, like this guy's gonna
Good
help
call.
me,
Yeah.
you know.
This is
And
gonna
he-
help me.
And then Kaz is like, you know, like, oh, come on, buddy, like, I'll take you, I'll help you out. And so he walks him outside, and then like they open the door, and then like the doctor, we think still is like standing there, and it's like a 3-second wait where you're like waiting, and then the Kaz just like pushes the kid towards the doctor.
Just hands
and the
him
doctor
over.
just, like
hands
teases
him over,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's when you have like the real, I guess, the ultimate reveal of like, oh, they're totally in on it at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other kids like escape and run, and then Kaz gets hit with a canoe or something.
Yeah.
He gets busted
Hit
so much this
like
movie.
destroyed in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does get pretty busted up. Yeah. And so now we get a scene back in the mess hall, and the doctor gets in there and is just tasing every kid. Just they're all getting
Yeah.
tased at this point.
Yeah.
And so then it jumps back to Morgan and his group, and Caroline, she's Pilar's roommate. She actually gets separated while they're all running and is like kind of falling down some hill and comes up on like a road with like a car coming, and it's actually a police officer.
yeah.
So now you're like, oh my God, one of these kids is like escaping and like
Yeah.
gonna get help. This is so great. And I think then from there it jumps back to Franklin, and he actually comes across Morgan and Dirk and Pilar and like helps them get into the office. He's like gives them the
Yeah.
code, and he's like,
"There's a
just go
phone
run in there.
Yeah.
He's helping them, you know. He's
Yeah.
not trying to like catch them or hand them over or whatever. And
So are
so
you guys suspecting him as good or bad? Because he had that first moment where
Well,
he
good,
was
yeah.
working with Marshmallow Man, and then now he's helping the kids. Like I took that as he's having a change of heart, and he's
Yeah.
going to be like their only ally.
Yeah. That's what I
yeah, that's what I thought too. And so then it goes back to like all the counselors in the cabin, and the way they're talking, you're like, they all know what's going on. We don't know yet, but they all know what's going on. And I think Rachel asked Franklin, like, there's 4 we are still missing. We have everyone else, and the sun's going to be up in an hour. So now you're like, oh no, what happens when the sun comes
I
up?
know.
Like, what are they doing?
They turn into marshmallows. Yeah.
I thought at this point, so what is this is my theory at this point in the movie. I still think there is a Marshmallow Man. And I'm like, he is
So did my husband.
he is somehow forcing the counselors to
Oh,
kill the kids, and if he doesn't do it like before the sun comes up, then he's gonna take their vengeance on the counselors. Like this is I'm totally
Oh, wow.
thinking this is
It's
like
like
a
fucking
Michael
Saw
Myers,
and shit, yeah.
Jason Voorhees like situation here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, like
all right.
Saw, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
are you eating marshmallows right now?
Yeah, he's been eating marshmallows this whole fucking
my
episode.
God,
Did you notice,
Mr.
Laurie,
Nice.
till now?
Notice right now.
By the way, have you guys? I don't know
Look
if
at, like,
you've
a whole
seen these, but
bag.
they make them
my
differently
God.
now.
They're
They're
like
Oh
huge
my
too.
God.
Those are the
so you
massive
can
ones.
You can skew them properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a
You
good
get like
s'more one.
like the cylindrical ones that are like all wobbling, they fall
Oh,
in the
yeah,
fire,
yeah.
and you cry your eyes out.
Yeah, those are the best ones, man.
They fixed that.
You're fine, Laurie. You just
Oh
noticed.
my
It's been like
God.
45 minutes and been eating them the whole time.
I've been looking at Greg, but I guess I just missed
Yeah.
him putting in his mouth. That's so
fucking
cute.
Peter,
Yeah.
believe and you miss it.
Oh
Yep.
man,
All
I
right,
only
so where
like
we at? Where we
marshmallows
at?
when they're toasty.
All right, so we
better
have
that
them
way.
talking about like
Oh,
things are going
so the
haywire,
next
right?
scene, Kaz is like, I'm going to get these missing kids, right?
Yeah.
And so he goes into the office, and Doink takes one for the team, man. He's like, you guys run and save yourselves. And he takes a bat, and he hits Kaz in the head with the bat while
Yeah.
saying, my name is Dirk, shit breath.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good line. He's pretty good in this movie. I have to say, like, all the kids are like pretty good in this movie. Like, for being like a, you know, I would consider this more like an independent film. You know what I
It
mean?
is,
Like, it's
yeah.
not like super high budget, and it's not like a big studio. For these kids being casted pretty much like probably out of nowhere. I don't know what else they've done before this, but like they did pretty good for this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this little kid is the best. Dirk Doink is probably the best actor in this whole movie. He's
I mean, the
hilarious.
scene is so great, but it's short lived because right after he does that, fucking Rachel tases him.
Oh,
and
yeah, Rachel tased him, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
Franklin
that was
Franklin was like obviously the nice one, and like we know that he's a good guy. But I also at this point was like, I know
she was
Rachel
nice.
knows what's going on, but she also is like genuinely like trying to help the kids. So to
seemed
see
like
her
it.
tase one, I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, that sucks.
Can we take one little step back to like right before this, the two Morgan and Pilar are in like rummaging through the file cabinets, and then they find CJ's
This
file.
this hasn't
Oh, I
happened
think it's
yet.
about to happen. I think that's about to happen.
Oh, that
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet. Okay.
That's after.
Yeah.
Well, we have to say too, like there was also a scene when the police car shows up. I think was
That's
before
the
this.
next scene. That's right now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Man,
Yeah.
we're just jumping ahead, me and Greg. All right.
I know.
All
See,
right, Laura.
see, I did my
Put our-
homework
Put
tonight.
our
I'm hopped up on this marshmallow sugar.
Yeah, too many marshmallows for me and Greg. I got hot cocoa. Greg has marshmallows. We got too much sugar, man. Yeah. All right, go for it,
We're
Laura.
talking kind of fast, actually.
I know, man. I'm hopped up right now. Shit. I know.
So in this scene, we see the police car come back, and she comes out and tells Rachel like, "Oh, I got one of your campers," like da da da, and then Rachel tases the girl, Caroline. It just tases her, and then the cop is telling Rachel like, "You need to get your shit together." And so
Yeah.
Rachel goes on her walkie-talkie and she says, "Initiate rollback protocol." And then in that moment, you see a bunch of vans roll up. So you're just like, what the hell is happening?
I still like
And
doing
this is where Pilar and Morgan notice all of the files, the filing cabinets. And so they start pulling out their files to like see what's going on. And they're looking at their files.
I think they look at
and
CJ's
Morgan
first,
goes,
right? Don't they look at CJ's
yes, they look at
first?
CJ's first.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's like saying like, "Oh, I know DOB is date of birth. Like, what does DOD stand for?" And at first, I still didn't really like get it yet. I kept thinking of Department of Defense, and I was like,
That
whoa,
doesn't add up.
and I was like, is this all like a military? So like, are they militarizing
Whoa.
these freaking kids? Is that's what I thought, but I didn't realize what like it actually like meant until like they say it right. They say like DOD is like date of death, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I even-
okay, but
What?
when you guys realized it stood for date of death, what was your like thought in this moment? Like these kids are dead? What?
I still didn't even like piece it
Yeah,
together when they were looking at
absolutely.
CJ's first.
Yeah.
And I was still like, wait, because I even like paused it and like looked at the dates. That's when I figured out like, oh, this is like present day actually. This is like CJ was born in 2019 and now it says DOD or whatever and like whatever 20 something or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is modern time. But I still didn't get it. I still didn't like put it together what was
Because
going on yet.
I thought that we learned somewhere that it was taking place in 2020, and they showed that the date of death was 2018. So that's what triggered me. Like, oh, everyone's dead. Somehow they've. That's immediately what I thought here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then what? So then Pilar is like, I found your file to Morgan, and Morgan like grabs it and like opened his file, but they don't really show like Morgan's one though, right? He's looking at it and then he starts like, does he have another flashback in this
Yeah,
moment
he says, "I get to see you now." He's like
of the water? And
mouthing what.
oh, that's
what
right.
his grandpa's
It goes
up
back to
there.
the opening of the grandpa on the ground where
Exactly.
it was inaudible for me and Greg, and then it's finally saying like whatever, I get to see you now, and then he like Morgan like screams, so it's like. Yeah, I still think the first time I watched this, I still was like, "Wait, what's happening right now?" I was still kind of confused the first time
Like
I watched
I
it.
got it, but then it just made me kind of look at what I'd been seeing so far, and I was still like, okay, what else? There's something else because
Yeah. 'Cause
it's
still is
not
like,
adding
why?
up yet.
It's still not
yeah,
why
why?
yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it
stuff like-
jumps back to the main guy, right? The head of the camp. And he's just saying,
this is the funny scene though too, because it's like it cuts back to what's the girl's name? Rachel.
Rachel, yeah.
Rachel, like in the like whatever the camper's cabin and shit with like she's like drinking a beer, and then the main guy walks in and like gets the beer that she was drinking and like drinks out of it, like they're sharing the same bottle, and then like he's taking off his stuff and she like takes off his gloves, and for a second I was like, are they gonna fuck right now? I was like, what's happening? I was like, what
my
is going
God.
on? Because I was like, for me, like drinking out of somebody's drink is very like intimate to me, like, and then like she's taking off his gloves. I'm like, what else is she gonna take off? Like, holy shit! Like,
oh my
like,
God.
This is how it works with Rob. It's drinks and then sex. It's literally there's no in between. It just goes right to.
No, I was just
maybe there's gloves on or off.
Rob and his wife are like sitting on the couch one night, and she takes a sip of his water, and he goes, "Oh, huh, okay."
I was like, all right, take off my gloves, take off my gloves. Yeah.
You gotta start doing some yard work. You put the gloves on. It's like it's time.
I like at least thought they were gonna like make out hardcore in this scene. It was just like it was really weird to me. I don't know why, but they didn't. He got his own beer
Yeah.
then and drank
Maybe that's
it. but-
part two.
No, he's
Yeah.
too angry in the scene. He's like, this is really going to set us back. And then he looks at Rachel all accusatory and is like, did you forget to dose the cocoa? And she's like, no,
we had
of
the
course
cocoa-
I did. And I
cocoa
was like,
reveal?
I
Was
knew
this
it.
like
I knew it.
validation for you?
Laura knew it.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like-
Oh, yeah, it totally was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then they're like they're kind of talking about what they do. This is fuzzy to me, but
Yeah.
I remember them saying like, or he says, I operate on them at night, and your job is to like keep the illusion that this is like
Yeah,
a
a
special
real
camp and
camp.
like a
Yeah.
fun place to be.
Right.
So now you're like, why are you operating on them at night? I mean, it's just so many
Yeah.
questions. And
And
then
then
this
she goes,
moment,
I've been doing this with you for how long now? So it's like this is not they've been doing this for a long time
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
in
because
some
Pilar
capacity.
says she's been there like many years now. So
Yeah, and
Right.
even
it's definitely been going on.
even CJ's file, which I paused. I think this is his fourth year because it had like
Oh, wow.
it said like different dates, and it was like 2021, 22, 23, or something like that. So he had been here like 3 years in a row. Yeah,
Interesting. So that must play a part in what happens next then. The kids that have been there longest are
could be.
having the issues. Okay.
And then he was also saying he's the surgeon that does the operation. So I took
Yeah.
it as like, oh, okay, well, he not only is he like the head honcho, but he's actually like the
He is the
doctor,
doctor.
like
Yeah.
the registered.
He's the
doctor
Marshmallow
thing
Man.
there.
Yeah,
He's
He's the
Marshmallow
Marshmallow
Dr.
Man. Yeah.
yeah.
So Morgan and Pilar, they bust in on the counselor's cabin and they're like, "Are we dead?" Which
They have
is like a
they have their
super funny
tasers.
scene.
Yeah, they have their tasers. Yeah,
They've got their tasers. And so
because everybody's in there now, right? Because Kaz is in there, like Franklin is right. They're all in there.
everyone's
now, right?
in there. But Franklin
okay.
breaks it down for them like in a really nice way. And he's basically just like, you're not dead, but you also were never born. Like you're not you. Like the real Morgan is dead and gone. But you are like an approximation of like what he
Yeah.
could do. So it's essentially like a clone.
Yeah,
Basically.
I think the main head guy like breaks that down for them because he says something like he says what my son died in like 2008 and
Yes.
I like didn't want any other like parents to go through what I went through, so I started this program.
Yeah.
But they don't fully say like what they are because it seems like if they were clones, then they wouldn't have to come back every year to be altered.
Yeah.
So they're not
Okay, so
clones. They're like
the kids do ask though. They're like, "Are we robots?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"No." And we've seen the kids like bleed. Like the kids
Yeah,
bleed. So they're not humans, but they're definitely as close as you can get as
It
someone
seems to
could
me
like
it's-
man-made.
Yeah, it seems like it's very like similar. I guess like you said, Greg, almost like Westworld-ish. You
Yeah.
know, where they are like an actual like robot, but they're made so well, but they don't like age or they don't like really age by themselves. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Westworld is too. You don't
Yeah.
really age. So I guess yeah.
Well, it's weird too because there's clearly like a system, like a computer. Not I don't know if it's a computer system or what, but at the same time, the whole point is that they have to come to this camp every year because kids grow. So if they are out in the real world and this is for the parents to be able to have that kid and see the kid grow up and
They have
hear
to do,
them
like,
of like the
constant
nightmare of what they went through.
tweaking.
Yeah, like they have to have these constant tweaks. Like every time you go to camp, you get a little taller, you get a little hairier. And the kids ask like, what happens after you're not a kid anymore? And then it's like, well, then if you're in college, you go away to like a college, retreat. But then eventually you would be full grown. I guess you would have to continue to go though, like
You would have to
aging.
continue to go because you would want to be like old,
Wanna
like
be
you want to
aging.
keep the
Yeah.
facade. Like it just opens up a whole can of like the degree of what's going on, like the parents, like how long does this realistically go on before the parents are just like telling them the facts? You know, what I
I'm
mean, it's
guessing
just like
that
Right.
it's crazy.
the program has no idea. To me, it seems like they give the feeling that they've been only doing this for like this is the first.
Like
I take
It's
it like these are the
new.
old. This is the prototype. Like it's new.
It's in the infancy for
They've been doing
sure.
it for like
Yeah.
maybe 10 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's like
agree.
okay.
Yeah. So, but Franklin is being so kind to Morgan and Pilar, and he's just saying like, well, he was saying like this is supposed to be like a safe and humane process, and then he's explaining to them like the rollback is going to wipe your memory from the last 24 hours, and he basically gives them a choice. Like, do you want to forget about this and like go back? And it's so wonderful being a kid, like being naive, or do you want to know that this is who you are and like I won't wipe you, basically. And so
And he has that quote, right, where he goes like, "It's one of the best things about being a kid, not knowing tomorrow you'll wake up and just be kids again." I was like, "Ooh, that
Yeah.
one hits in the feels a bit."
Yeah.
yeah, and so it kind of leaves you, okay, we don't know we don't really know what happens, but then it's the next morning. All the kids are fine.
Yeah.
They've all forgotten absolutely everything. But then, you see Morgan, he's just sitting there with his buddies. And CJ comes up and CJ's nice now. CJ's like,
Yeah.
"Hey Morgan,
We
like
got an, we got an
CJ's
upgrade. He got an
fixed."
upgrade.
Yeah, he got a reset, got an
Yeah.
upgrade. And Morgan actually says to his friends like, "I'm glad you guys are okay." So then
Yeah.
in that moment, okay, he knows. He
Yeah.
didn't get wiped. But he
Right.
seems so at peace. Like he's just like happy that it's worked out. And then
Yeah.
he goes and runs and jumps in the lake because in
Yeah.
Morgan's mind, he's like, "I'm not Morgan. I didn't drown. And I'm also kind of indestructible. I can't
Ooh,
Oh,
die.
you
I'm
think
like a
I hadn't
that?
thought
robot."
about
That's
it that
So
way.
he's
I
like,
love
huh.
that.
"Fuck it. I'm gonna go swim and like
Yeah,
not live in fear
I don't
anymore."
know. I just thought he's like faced his fears, like so he's just gonna jump in the water because he faced his fears. Not like he thinks like, oh, I'm a fucking indestructible robot now. Like, you know?
I mean, but think about like, people who have like a fear of, let's say, flying, right? You get down to it, the fear is actually rooted in like, I'm afraid I'm going to die, right? Death is
Yeah.
the ultimate fear to so many of your fears that you have in your day to day. So to
Right.
think that like this thing actually can't kill me,
Yeah,
that's
I
going to take the
guess.
fear away.
I had
Guess,
not
yeah.
even thought about that.
That's
I
true, I
love that
guess.
theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even like
So,
When
yeah.
Casimir like comes up with his fucked up face and fucking
Yeah.
He knows. He's like,
Doink
"What
Young is like,
happened to
what happened to
you?"
your face? And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, like fucking whatever he says, like I fell hiking or whatever. And then Morgan is like, oh, you sure it wasn't like a boating accident? And they fucking he kind of like gives him like a little
The
He's so
smirk
wink
and
and
annoyed.
shit. Yeah,
yeah.
He's just
Casimir's like
like,
his little smirk, was just like, oh,
yeah.
okay, you know, yeah,
But it's not this easy, which I'm glad it's not,
yeah,
because that would have been kind of a boring ending, I think, if it just ended
yeah,
that way. So the next scene is the head guy, and he's on a phone call with someone who's like so pissed off that there were so many issues with this program. And he's like, it's okay. We're gonna fix it. It's fine. And then the guy's like, "No, you're not hearing me. There's been malfunction reports from every camp, everywhere. There's like a systemic issue."
yeah.
And basically saying like the algorithm of the kids
It's
is
like
like
changing.
Like
deviating, and so
haywire, yeah.
now they're becoming
This is
hostile.
hostile. Which I took that as like the AI or the programming is like becoming more sentient. That's what I took it as. Like they're like
Yeah.
learning to actually like very Westworld be human.
Right.
You know, be
Absolutely.
Right.
real.
And it's
You
like the
know.
cocoa can't, I mean, I think the cocoa was only used to like make them sleepy so that they could operate on them at
Yeah.
night, but it's
Or
not
maybe they've
stopping
been like
them from like,
slowly, like developing a resistance to it in order to like
Could be.
evolve.
maybe.
Like maybe this
Yeah.
is like the
Yeah.
idea of like, well, what do you consider to be life? And yeah,
Yeah.
basically
So
you
in
have
that moment,
you have the big reveal now. Another
in the
reveal.
moment, this is like the next big
This is
reveal in
cool.
the
This is
ending of the
super cool. Yeah.
movie. This is cool. Is Pilar comes in and she's all bloody and she's holding a knife. And then it shows you a flashback of Rachel, like the counts are dead, like by the lake.
Yeah.
And so she's like killed the counselors and then goes in to kill Hugh. And then it
Yeah.
like cuts to black,
Yeah. That's cool.
which, this is the part that like, it trips me up though a little bit.
What?
I think this is really fucking cool. Okay. Like, if you told me that these kids are basically robot, they're dead and they're getting brought back, and now the robots are like turning and becoming hostile, like, amazing. But you can't throw this at the very end of the movie. And outside of CJ, I have not seen this from anybody up till now. It just felt like, why did we spend so much time running around the woods from a slow walking doctor tasing people? Why couldn't we have seen more glitches throughout this movie? Like
Of
more
like
kids getting
killing
hostile,
kids or kids killing like other people.
because it's also noted that they're starting to remember. They're starting to remember their deaths, right? So like that, and that's kind of what was happening to Morgan. He's like having these images of
Oh,
him
okay.
drowning, and so I just think we needed to see more of that. I don't know. It,
Yeah,
it just
I mean,
well,
felt
maybe that's what part two is
clunky.
about. Like,
Oh, I
I
would
That would
sort
be
of like
great.
took this part as like maybe Morgan is like telling the other kids the truth, sort of like Neo releasing people out of the Matrix, like like revealing what's going on and like triggering those programs to go rogue. Like I feel like he was maybe the catalyst to do that. So, but but like where you know connect those dots, maybe that's the sequel. Like
Yeah.
I was totally okay not knowing. I thought the phone call was good enough to where they're sort of warning, you know, each other what's going on. That like set the fuse, and then when she came in, that was like the dynamite. I feel like I didn't need anything in between. Like I'd like that mystery.
Yeah, I
I
liked
think
it too.
it's just Pilar's been there a really long time, so it makes sense that it's like the her and CJ that are having
Mhm.
issues, but she was like so sweet and kind. And to then go on a murder spree, like
I think
why
that's
didn't we see
I
Pilar like glitch a little
well,
bit,
I
you
liked it
know?
better because it was way more shocking and a bigger reveal
Yeah,
to be like,
it
holy
was.
shit, like her, you know what I mean? So like, if they would
Yeah.
have shown like kids like freaking out here and there, I think it would have like not, it would have ruined the twist at the end. So yeah, I liked it.
Mm,
What
okay.
if all the kids came in like weapons
Like
and just
weapons.
like
Oh,
oh
chasing him through the fucking campsite like a fucking joke. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm out. No way. No, thank you.
But no, this, I mean, this movie is really interesting because, like, the whole point of this, it's a really good question, right? Like, this isn't, there's no bad intent with this idea. Like,
Mm.
this is a parent's worst nightmare, and the grief is so all-consuming and horrible, and they've come up with a way to maybe help those parents, like, deal with their
Yeah,
grief, which is wonderful, but then yeah, they're like creating new people and like don't really care about their wishes and wants and
yeah,
what, you know, their life. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's an interesting
hmm
question,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, like I said, I definitely take this movie as like, yeah, like Goosebumps and Black Mirror and like Westworld, like all that stuff. But it's like, yeah, up to the reveal and the twist at the end, like you don't really know that. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, should we do ratings?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do we? I mean, how many marshmallows? Right,
How
easily,
many
right?
marshmallow mans?
Oh,
Yeah.
marshmallow mins. Is that what we have to do?
Yeah.
Marshmallow mins. Oh,
Men's.
okay, all right. Marshmallow mans, marshmallow mins. Okay, all right.
marshmallow people, guys,
Yeah, there you
please,
go. That's true. That's
if
true.
you would.
You
I
want to
mean,
go
I don't know
first?
what time, like you guys, maybe you don't know what time period it is, like this movie, but it's
Yeah,
2026. Okay.
that's true. Okay, so you want to go first,
Oh,
Greg?
dang, Laura, your face looks like a marshmallow. There
I
you
So
go.
know.
fucking
There
scary. I
we
know.
Do
go.
you think, oh, maybe that's also, I know I don't keep going blurry. Maybe
Mm.
that's why it looked all over the place because some of these kids were probably born before the other ones,
Oh,
right?
maybe.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
what if some of them
Yeah.
were born in like the 70s but then were dead for a while and then just recently got brought
Oh
back?
man, we
Ooh,
can't
that
get
could
into
be
like
too.
fucking that. That's like
Theories.
that's so confusing. I don't know. That's funny. All
You know
right,
me.
Greg. Greg, what do you think? What do you rate
Well,
this
that's
movie
why
at?
they called it marshmallow, right? I don't know why. Outside of like the cocoa thing, like the kids are like marshmallows. They're sort of, you know, soft, malleable. Like they can build them up if they get damaged, redo
It's
it.
like
Like,
innocent.
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah,
innocence
like
and
innocent. Yeah.
fun and yeah.
Okay. So
Honestly, like I really like this movie. Even like the idea of calling it marshmallow, which is like soft and innocent, it like kind of takes you off the trail of like this is supposed to be some semblance of a horror movie. And so I think I like what they are doing well is a lot of subversion, right? So they're subverting you, making you think that it's not horrifying when it kind of is. Um, yeah, the other thing too that I really liked was this whole movie was very dark, but it's like the dark was actually the safe aspect. Like when they were at the
mm,
campfire, that's when they were safe, and it was only when it was really, really bright and white when it was sort of dangerous, right?
mm,
Like when the doctor people came out. So I like that. Like obviously, like I used to go to camp as a kid, and like I love the camp vibes that they had in this movie. I thought that was done well. But actually, the thing I liked the most, which you guys didn't, was the music.
well, music
Like
was good.
this movie
Hmm.
is, yeah, right. It's not really scary. It's not terrifying. I mean, there are aspects of, you know, when you thought the Marshmallow Man was an actual guy going around killing, you know, electrifying children to death. I don't know. I mean, that got me. But yeah, like outside of that, it's not very horrifying. But I kind of like that. It kind of the music especially was very much like a mood,
Mm.
right? Had like
Yeah.
Mm.
that those like 80s like synth, you know,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
like Stranger Things. Hmm.
and like you know they would all they would play that every like maybe 10 or 15 minutes during a montage, and that sort of brought me back into the mood. So very much like I don't know if you guys ever watched I Saw the TV Glow.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I haven't
like
seen that
that,
one.
how it's like a very moody piece. It brings you in with like the music and the
Yeah.
lights. So, I don't know. I really liked it. Yeah, at the end of the movie, I kind of reflected back on it and I realized like it wasn't quote unquote exciting because you didn't. It's not a conventional horror movie, and there was aspects that were kind of boring. But like, I don't know. If I think if I'm in a summer camp, campy mood, like I would watch this again. So I don't know. I would give it a 4.
Hmm. Wow.
Okay. All right. What about you, Laura? Where are you at?
I don't know, like I thought the idea was so creative. I really liked the idea and the twists. And I think it was like great and fine, but there's just something about it that felt flat. I don't know. I understand why people say this movie's kind of boring because
Yeah.
the most exciting scenes, I wasn't like, whoa, no way. I was just kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. And I don't know why I can't really put my finger on it.
It just doesn't go
No.
far enough. It doesn't do anything like overly crazy. Like even the scene where like they reveal like CJ's body there, like it's like fine. You know what I mean? Like it shows like a little bit of a body and then like a little bit of a chest. It's not like horrific. Like it didn't
Yeah.
go to 100. And that's kind of like the definition of this movie. Everything it shows is like just kind of like in the middle of what you want to see in either a fight
Yeah.
sequence or a bloody sequence. It's just kind of like meh. It doesn't go to the
Right.
extreme of like a horror movie. So I think that's kind of what it is. It just never goes kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think I just like I wanted a little bit more. I have some unanswered questions, which is a lot of movies do that. That's fine, but for some reason in this one, I just wanted more. I'm like, what was CJ looking for? What had him all upset that day? Like, what was on his file? What's his
It's probably
backstory?
like a Playboy magazine or something like that. Yeah,
So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 3.
a three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Laura. Maybe 3.5. Like you said, like until you hit that twist of the movie, like it's kind of like an okay movie, but the twist is like really interesting and it makes you go back and watch it differently the first time, and the way things are laid out and the things people say is cool, and so I definitely appreciated it more watching it a second time once you kind of know that twist. But yeah, like it's good. It's a good movie. It's not like great and it's not horrible. It's just like a
Hmm.
cool movie, you know? Like I'm
Yeah.
wearing my Goosebumps shirt. Like it's like Goosebumps. It's like, a little adventure, a little sci-fi. So I liked it overall. Yeah, like 3.5, you know? Yeah.
Hmm.
If you guys were in Morgan's position at the end there where you could like stay in the system or, remember it, what would you do?
I think I would remember because I just think
Remember?
that humans in general, I mean, I know he's not a human, but we all want control. That's something that we all have in common in little ways or big ways.
You
And
you wouldn't
I
panic
think
at like not at knowing that you're not real?
I would panic at the thought someone's about to wipe my memory. That
Hmm.
scares me more, I think.
Hmm. Wait, but didn't they do that when the kids were sleeping, or was it like,
No, I
Well,
think
they didn't
that's
wipe
later.
Morgan and Pilar's memory though.
oh
Like they
yeah,
gave him a
yeah,
choice.
Oh,
So
what do
that's your
you?
question, right?
We
Like what
didn't. We
would I
didn't.
choose?
We didn't
yeah.
ask the question. What did Pilar choose? What do you think she
She did
chose?
not have hers wiped either.
Oh, really? That's what you think too? Oh, okay. That's what you think too?
Well, actually, that's what I assumed because why else would she go on a murder spree? Like she's so upset that this has been happening.
Oh, I don't know
But
why.
it
I
could
didn't think
also
that
be
the
It could
argued
also be the
that
other way.
she's
She
glitching
did, and then she
because
glitched harder.
she's been
Yeah.
reset, she's been to the
Yeah.
camp a bunch. Like,
Yeah. I never really
yeah.
thought about that of like what did she choose? I didn't really like think
I
about
didn't
that,
realize
but
they gave her choice, but you're right. I mean, she was there
it
in
was
the
her
room.
choice
Of
too.
course they would.
Yeah.
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 They give the same speech to her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, we did the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, definitely
Right.
like
That's Marshmallow.
yeah, there you go. If people like watching, listening, like let us know what you think of it, you know? Did
Hmm.
you like it? Did you not? Is it a snooze fest? Do you just want to like be hopped up on sugar like me and Greg? Like, what do you guys think, you know? Definitely I mean it has high ratings online, you know?
Yeah.
People do seem to like it more than not, but I told Laura like anybody that says it's boring and they don't like it, I will not argue with you. Like I get it, you know? Yeah. But it was cool though. I'm
Yeah.
glad we watched it. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm with you, Greg. I love like coming of age and summer camp, you know. Let's fun vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been super, super cliche given all the different tropes. I mean, you send kids to summer camp, like you know, you feel like you know what you're gonna get, but like I don't know, I feel like they didn't go overboard with like the cliches in any given way. I thought all the actors were good, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
I
it
like
wasn't a
that.
slasher. That's
Right,
like most summer camp
Yeah.
movies are slashers. So
Yeah.
right. The kids all stuck together. They didn't separate unnecessarily, which would makes
yeah.
me want to slash myself sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
all right. Well, that's it. Subscribe, rate, review our podcast everywhere you listen, and follow and contact us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Conjecturing Pod. Let us know what movie to do next. This was so fun. I feel like I want more like this, like just
Yeah.
so unique that I haven't even heard of.
Yeah.
And follow Rob. Rob, tell us where you're at.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky at the RL Rights, posting memes, stupid pictures, talking about a short horror film might be making. I did a little tease. I'm not sure when we're going to drop this episode. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to announce it yet, but might be doing my second one. So we'll see. Might have a Marshmallow Man in there. We'll see. Yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you do, we have notes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. There you go. Yeah.
All right. Until next time, remember horror is subjective, so conjecture away. See ya.
See ya. Bye.
You guys stay pumped.
Bye. Stay puffed.